Hello, dear Mirror Lovers. I'm Fulvio, and today's episode is one I'm especially fond of. Yes, Miranda is here with me, as always, sitting in her usual spot, present with her quiet feline grace. But today, we're not alone. Joining me on the green armchair across from mine is a very special guest, Otta. She's a French Bulldog with plenty of experience and the rare gift of saying things exactly as they are. And with her, we'll explore a question many people ask and often answer incorrectly. Can cats and dogs really get along? And if yes, what does it truly depend on?
Bonjour, bonjour Fulvio. Bonjour, bonjour Miranda.
Otta, you live with a cat. Let's be honest, how is that possible?
Eh bien, living with a cat isn't impossible, but we have to stop thinking it's enough to toss us together and hope for the best. It takes time, and more than anything, it takes understanding.
And what was the hardest part at the beginning?
The hardest part? Realizing we're not built to click right away. I was curious, lively, full of energy. She already owned the room. 2 different worlds, 2 different rhythms. C'est la vie, non?
Okay. What helped you find balance?
Voila! What helped us was not being forced to be friends, just a chance to observe each other, each with our own space, our own pace, and most importantly, separate bowls. Trust me, mon ami, never underestimate the power of a bowl all to yourself.
You often say cats and dogs speak different languages. Can you explain that to those watching?
Mais oui. Cats and dogs do understand each other. But we use different tools. I use my body. She uses her eyes. I make noise. She stays still. It's not that one is harder to read than the other. It's just a different style.
What do humans most often get wrong?
The fact that every animal has a personality, just like humans. And people forget we're not all the same. Some dogs are more reserved, some cats are more outgoing, and there's a whole world in between.
Let's talk about instinct. Can the predatory drive be a real issue?
Instinct? Oui, it's there. And some reactions go way back. But we can learn if those around us guide us properly and don't punish us for what we haven't figured out yet.
And what if neither the cat nor the dog is a puppy anymore?
Oh la la, patience. A proper introduction can work even with 2 adults. Start with separation. Let us get used to each other's smell, then each other's space. Only after that, visual contact. Never rush, never test us, just to see what happens. Oh la la, don't do that.
Any tips you'd give?
Sure. Feed us in the same room, but at a distance. Same time, separate corners. It helps us associate the other with something positive. And please, give us safe zones. A couch, a shelf, a quiet spot where we can decompress without being disturbed.
What happens when cats and dogs grow up together?
We shape each other. I learned to wait. She learned that not all noise is danger. It's not forced friendship. It's a rhythm we create over time. And sometimes it becomes something more.
What's a sign that things are really working?
Not cuddles, normality. When she's napping and I walk past without tension when we share a space. And neither of us moves. That's peace. And that's a win.
One last thing. What would you say to someone just starting out?
Oh la la, don't rush. Don't compare your expectations to reality. Observe, respect, and sometimes just step back. Because honestly, we often understand each other better when you humans give us time to figure it out ourselves.
You said something important, Otta. Every cat and every dog has their own character. And humans often forget that animals are individuals. Some are shy, some are bold, some need affection, some need space. And learning to respect those differences is the first real step to living together peacefully. Now let me ask you something a bit uncomfortable, but very real. When a cat and a dog start living together, sometimes one of them starts peeing where they shouldn't. On the couch, the bed, the carpet. And humans often say they're doing it out of spite. What are they missing?
They're missing the point, because being in the wrong place is not revenge. It's a message, a sign of discomfort, uncertainty, stress. Maybe there aren't enough resources. Maybe we don't feel safe. Maybe we haven't figured out how to share that space yet. Et je veux add that. If the human only reacts with anger, something breaks. But if they pause, observe and ask, what can I do to help you feel better? Everything changes, really changes.
Thank you for being with us today, Otta. Your words, your experience, they've really added something special. It's been a pleasure, truly.
Oh la la, merci, Fulvio. I'm glad I could share a few thoughts, and I hope I've helped someone out there feel a little more confident about trying. C'est la vie with cats and dogs, no? Every step up takes a little heart. Until next time, au revoir, au revoir.
And maybe that's the biggest lesson. Living together isn't a snapshot to show off. It's a balance you build day by day, with patience and with listening. Because the truth is, cats and dogs aren't natural enemies. They're just different. And difference only becomes a problem when we refuse to understand it. If this episode with Otta brought you insight, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share it with anyone trying to bring peace between different species. Miranda, Otta, and I will be back soon with another quiet truth from the animal world we share. And until then, pay attention, respect the space, and remember, real friendship across any species isn't something you ask for. It's something you earn with presence, with patience, and with the courage to let others be themselves.